Hey guys, this is Hoodie Kage here back with another video. Today we're going to be doing a Naruto What If. Today's What If is going to be what if Minato was a Super Saiyan. He's still a human, he's not an alien. He's not like Goku who fell down to Earth or anything, he's just a regular human. Okay, this starts off at the Nine Tails attack. Minato is fighting Tobi or the Max Man, but this time he misses his iconic attack with the kunai and the Rasengan. Tobi manages to grab a hold of him before he escapes and is teleported away. They land at Kushina's location and Cindy was held up longer than expected, and the Nine Tails was still wrecking the village. She made a last-minute decision and sealed away half the Nine Tails in her and the other in Naruto. She sacrificed herself for the village, but still dies from the Nine Tails' final attack. Minato sees this and becomes enraged, and feels an intense pressure in his back. He's so mad that his hair starts to rise and the air around him becomes really hot until he finally becomes a Super Saiyan. Then he decides to finish off Tobi. Tobi looks at him and senses a rise in his chakra, but doesn't notice the difference because his hair is naturally yellow, and Tobi decides to kill him. Tobi makes a move, but Minato's speed and strength is so significantly greater, he doesn't need his flying thunder kunai to teleport. He easily dodges and charges up a yellow Super Rasengan and slams him into the floor so hard the ground breaks, similar to what would have happened with the Rasengan and the kunai. Tobi then realizes he's not prepared and makes a quick escape. Minato then becomes unconscious due to it being his first time he ever transformed. The next day he wakes up at the infirmary and decides to put a team together to pursue Tobi. While he was fighting Tobi, he knows he had a Sharingan in one of his eyes and decides to get someone who is an expert on the Sharingan. So he enlists Fugaku Uchiha, the head of the Uchiha clan at this time, and also the father of Sasuke and Itachi. He's even shown to have access to his own Mankeigo Sharingan, but when he tries to recruit Fugaku, he tries to kill him due to all the hate the Uchiha clan is under, as the village thinks that they are the reason behind the Nine Tails attack. But Minato talks him down and tells him that if he comes with him, he will have a chance at catching the person behind it, so Fugaku agrees. He then gets Hiruzen into this because he decides he needs someone who can match his strength. At this time, Hiruzen is not in his prime, but he's much younger and much stronger than what the series showcased his abilities to be. He then recruits Shukaku, the head of the Nara clan, to solve the Kamyu problem. Because if Tobi tries to escape, Shukaku can stop him with his Shadow Strangle Jutsu. Meanwhile, Tobi has retreated to the Kamyu dimension trying to heal with his Zetsu cells, before he heads to the village hidden in the rain to meet up with the Akatsuki. Since Minato and his squad don't know much about the Max Man, they don't know about the Kamyu dimension too. And there's only two ways in or out of the dimension, which is Kakashi and Tobi. Minato decides to follow rumors of a Max Man with a Sharingan in the village hidden in the rain. During Tobi's healing, he hears the fourth Hokage has left his village in pursuit of a Max Man. He then tracks them down and sends an army of 10,000 white Zetsu to slow them down. But Minato picks some of the most skilled shinobi of Konoha, and each of them can hold their own. Fugaku can hold his own, Shukaku can hold his own, and Hiruzen can obviously hold his own. Seeing the right Zetsu, Minato decides to try his new transformation, which is Super Saiyan. He closes his eyes and thinks of Kushina, and then he thinks of Tobi, and through pure anger turns into a Super Saiyan. He then grabs his kunai and starts blasting through the Zetsu at crazy-like speed. Zetsu arms and legs start flying into the air until there's a big pile. After they are done, they've taken care of the Zetsu. They leave one of the Zetsu alive to interrogate it. By coincidence, this is the main white Zetsu. Shukaku traps him in the Shadow Jutsu while they get information out of him. While White Zetsu, being White Zetsu, just spills the beans about Tobi, but only tells them that they have been working together and about the Kamyu dimension, and that there was only one way in or out, which is Tobi. After getting all the information they move a few feet away from White Zetsu to talk. Fugaku starts by saying if there's only one way in or out, how will they get to Tobi? But Minato says they'll have to find some way to draw him out. But Hiruzen objects and says for all we know, he could stay there for as long as he wants, without the need for food. So Shukaku brings up a plan involving using Zetsu as bait for Tobi, as they were partners. They agreed on this plan and went to bed. The next morning, Shukaku walked Zetsu out to an open plain and was able to force him to scream out, calling for Tobi. As expected, Tobi can use in just in time for Shukaku to extend his Shadow Possession Jutsu from Zetsu to Tobi before he can escape. They all walk up to Tobi, and before Fugaku can warn them not to look directly into his eyes, Minato looks him directly into his eyes. Tobi uses this opportunity to put Minato under a Genjutsu. Doing this Genjutsu, he makes everyone around him appear to look like Tobi and feel like Tobi. While he made him and Zetsu appear to be Kushina, so Minato wouldn't hurt them. Then Minato began Then Minato began to turn on his allies and proceeds to show them his new Super Saiyan transformation. He quickly makes work of Shikaki, breaking his shadow jutsu on Tobi and Zetsu, and while Hiruzen tries to stop Minato, Tobi notices Fugaku in his Sharingan and decides to take it for himself to replace his left eye that Kakashi took, or Tobi gave it away. Tobi makes a move for him, but Shikaku quickly notices him and activates his Amaterasu through his Mangekyou Sharingan. Tobi gets distracted and tries to dodge it, but just runs into it, and all of a sudden he remembers that any physical attacks won't affect him, and chases Fugaku deeper into the forest away from his allies. While that's happening, Hiruzen is trying to handle Minato. Hiruzen is still old at this time and needs some space to fight back, so he just blocks like he would have done with the second Hokage. Minato's speed is just too fast in Super Saiyan and quickly overwhelms Hiruzen. Backs him into the corner. Hiruzen states that if Minato is at least 10 times faster than his base form. Last minute, before Minato could finish off Hiruzen, he summons his primate companion Enma to come to aid. Back when Minato was in base form, Hiruzen and Enma might have been able to take him, but Enma could only buy a few seconds for Hiruzen. Minato overpowers Enma and quickly stabs him with his kunai, killing him. But he gave Hiruzen enough time to charge his 5-element seal. He hits him square in the stomach, snapping him out of the Genjutsu, but it takes all of his strength and unfortunately starts to die. Minato quickly realizes what he had done and rushes to his aid, but it's too late. Before he dies, Hiruzen asks Minato to take care of his grandson, Konohamaru, who should have just been a baby at this time, then dies. Minato then helps Shikaki grow up and helps him and asks him where his Fugaku is, but he says he got knocked out before he could see anything. But Minato is also a sensor ninja with sensory abilities and tracks him deeper into the forest. He finds him unconscious with his left eye closed with blood dripping from it, and when he opens it, there is no longer a Sharingan in it. Meanwhile, in the village hidden in the rain, Tobi is talking with the Akaki about moving their plan forward toward with his Eye of the Moon plan, which is the infinite Tsukuyomi, which he puts everybody under a Genjutsu. That's part 1 of this What If series. I think I'm only going to do 2 parts to this. Thank you for watching. Let me know any other video ideas you want to see. Let me know any other what ifs, top 10 Shinobi ranking, anything.